Welcome! You just became a spacer. That means you are now part of the Metro Pacific Hospital Holdings Incorporated supplier network. That's because you're now connected to the first nationwide chain of hospitals in the Philippines who work together to achieve a common goal. We consolidate, we align, we negotiate. Now let's get started! Based on your location setting, you are currently at West Metro Medical Center. Let's get started by sharing with you our medicine sourcing request for quotation journey. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as we navigate through the process. The Mphhi Medicine Sourcing RFQ's main objective is to partner with our suppliers in providing the best prices for our medicine requirements that will not only benefit our hospitals but our patients and customers as well. The project started in 2013 with the top 199 generic medicines. Over the years, we have expanded the project to cover all our medicine requirements for both inpatient and outpatient pharmacies across all member hospitals. Participated in by more than 200 distributors and principals. Upon submission of RFQ commercial and technical requirement, supplier proposals will be evaluated on the basis of their responses to all questions and requirements stipulated in the RFQ. Mphhi Hospital Group shall notify successful suppliers that their proposal has been accepted through a notice of award that will be valid for a period of 2 years. Mphhi does not have a centralized purchasing department. We only do group negotiation on behalf of our member hospitals for their medicine requirements. Once approved, a consolidated list of all medicines will be forwarded to the member hospitals. Each hospital will create a purchase order of their requirement based on the agreed commercial terms with the supplier. Suppliers are encouraged to submit alternative price offers to complete our database. In case that the medicine listed is already deleted, pruned, divested, or no longer marketed, indicate them in the proposal as well, so that they can be removed from the list. There are 4 different medicine sourcing models for our hospitals: inpatient medicines, outpatient medicines, industrial medicines, and medicines for government institutional programs. First are the inpatient medicines. This pertains to drugs or medicines that are administered to patients confined in the hospital. The selling price of the inpatient medicines have higher markup since the cost of hospital services are incorporated in the cost of the medicine. Next are outpatient medicines. These medicines are intended for retail-type pharmacies located in the hospital premises. It has lower markup compared to inpatient medicines. All Mphhi-owned outpatient pharmacies implement price match guarantee program. Thus, selling price must be competitive to other retail pharmacies such as Mercury Drug, Rose Pharmacy, Negros Grace, and others. Third are the industrial medicines. These medicines are intended for the employees and dependents. Suppliers must provide single pricing for all MVP group of companies. This includes the employees and dependents of PLDT, Meralco, Maynilad, Felix Mining, and all Mphhi hospitals and other Mphhi companies, subsidiaries, and affiliates, other further group company acquisitions, and selected corporate accounts. Last are government medicines. These medicines are used for government programs with the purpose of providing medical assistance to indigent patients and those who require financial assistance. This will cover the medicines of programs such as, but not limited to, PCSO ASAP program, PhilHealth's Z Benefit Package, and other government programs that any of the Mphhi hospitals will participate in. There are several industry models for an outpatient pharmacy. It can either be a joint venture agreement between the drugstore and the hospital, lease or rental of hospital space by a third-party drugstore, or an operations and management contract with a third-party service provider for hospital-owned outpatient pharmacies. Our current engagement with MedExpress for our outpatient pharmacies is an operations and management contract. Here, the hospital retains ownership of the outpatient pharmacy but using the MedExpress brand. The hospital issues the purchase order, pays the supplier, and owns the inventory. Thus, patient and transfer data are owned by the hospital. All acquisition prices for these MedExpress outpatient pharmacies are negotiated by Mphhi Medicine Sourcing Team. On top of the outright purchase price discount, we highly encourage suppliers to still enter into a partnership program with our outpatient pharmacies and with MedExpress to help capture the prescription coming from the doctors and help increase sales. Dear Spacer, now that you have familiarized yourself with our medicine sourcing RFQ process, you are now ready to proceed to our next destination. Pack your bags and join us as we invite you to visit Davao Doctors Hospital to create your Spacer account. Welcome to your space. In order to participate with our medicine sourcing request for quotation, suppliers must first provide the following contact details during the pre-RFQ conference: name of authorized supplier representative, position of authorized supplier representative, mobile number, and email address. Kindly ensure that you provide the complete and correct information as we shall be sending the formal RFQ invite and all relevant communication through your registered email addresses and mobile numbers. To avail the RFQ document package, suppliers must pay a participation fee. We shall be accepting payments in either cash or check. Check payments must be made payable to East Manila Hospital Managers Corporation. Kindly refer to your RFQ invite for the payment and purchase instructions. Congratulations! You are now ready to proceed to our next destination. Pack your gear and let's drive our way to Riverside Medical Center to get your next instruction. Step 1. Before you prepare your RFQ commercial proposal, ensure that you have read the RFQ document in order to fully understand our requirements. Step 2. You are now ready to prepare your RFQ commercial proposal. Included in the document package is the CD that contains the official and alternative price offer forms, proposal guidelines, and templates to be used in preparing your RFQ proposals. Now that you have fully read the RFQ document and reviewed all contents of the CD we have provided you, you can now start preparing your medicine RFQ price proposal. Open the Excel file official price offer form and start encoding your price offers. In the official price offer form, input the mandatory information on the cells and items where you wish to participate on. For example, for amlodipine, Norvasc, the supplier should provide the following information. Supplier item code. Indicate here the distributor's identification code for each item, such as Zulig's SAP code, MetroDrug's material number, or Unilab's item code. Supplier item description. Indicate here the name used by the supplier for each item. This will be used for verification purposes. Supplier generic name. Indicate here the complete generic name of each item. Manufacturer and manufacturing plant. Indicate here the name of the manufacturer, the city and country where the manufacturing plant is located. Therapeutics class. Indicate here the therapeutic classification each item belongs to. Competitor generic name and/or brand. Indicate here the competitor brands of the same generic name and/or other competitor generic names and brands for each item. Standard packaging. Indicate here the number of pieces per order unit of measure. For this example, the standard packaging of Norvasc 500 mg tablet is 100 tablets per box. UOM or unit of measure. Indicate here the unit of measure for each item such as tablet, capsule, vial, tube, or syringe. Price per piece VAT exclusive. Indicate here the discounted price for Mphhi per piece such as tablet, capsule, vial, tube, or syringe. Prices must be exclusive of VAT or less 12%. Please indicate the price up to 4 decimal places. Price per standard packaging, VAT exclusive. Indicate here the discounted price offer for MPHHI per packaging for each item. Prices must be exclusive of VAT or less 12%. Please indicate the price up to 4 decimal places. Price per piece, VAT inclusive. Indicate here the discounted price for MPHHI per piece such as tablet, capsule, vial, tube, or syringe. Prices must be inclusive of VAT and up to 4 decimal places. Price per standard packaging, VAT inclusive. Indicate here the discounted price offer for MPHHI per packaging for each item. Prices must be inclusive of VAT and up to 4 decimal places. Trade prices. Indicate here the item's trade price, also known as PDS and/or list price and/or market price for each year specified. This should be the prevailing trade price of the supplier for all customers for the specified year and not specific to MPHHI Hospital Group. MDRP or GMAP. Indicate here MDRP if the item is included in the DOH's list of maximum drug retail price, or GMAP if the item is included in the list of government-mediated access price, or no if this is not applicable to the item. MDRP or GMAP price. Indicate here the maximum retail price or the mediated access price of each product as mandated by the government. PNF. Indicate yes or no if the drug is included in DOH's list of essential medicines or Philippine National Formulary. MDC selling price per piece. Indicate here the prevailing selling price of Mercury drug to its customers during the month of submission of price offer. Discount arrangement. Indicate yes or no if you will offer other discount arrangement aside from the outright price discount. Other discount arrangement may include but not limited to free goods deal, tiered pricing, prompt payment, or early payment discount. Free goods. Indicate here the free goods arrangement offered for each item. If there is no free goods arrangement offered, leave the space blank. Tiered pricing. Indicate here the tiered pricing arrangement offered for each item. If there is no tiered pricing arrangement offered, leave the space blank. Payment discount. Indicate here the prompt or early payment discount offered for each item. If there is no payment discount offered, leave the space blank. Contract validity. Indicate here the price offer validity period. Specify the month and year of the start and the end of the contract. Principal Approval Form, PAF or AF number. Indicate here the approval number listed on your duly signed Principal Approval Form, PAF, or Approval Form, AF. If you do not have PAF or AF, you may leave the space blank. Remarks. The remarks portion may be used for the following. A. If there is a wrong tagging or distributor or principal for specified items. B. If there are changes in the packaging or description of the item. C. If the item is already deleted, pruned, delisted, divested, or no longer marketed. D. Justification in case you cannot meet the price ceiling condition. E. Other information that may be relevant to your proposal. If you have products not included in the list, we encourage you to provide us with your alternative price offer to complete our medicine database. Suppliers can submit other packaging formats of the same brand not included in the list. For example, Biogesic is available in boxes of 100 tablets, boxes of 8 tablets, as well as in effervescent granules format. You may also submit price offer for other paracetamol brands that are not included in the list. Suppliers must first provide price offers to what is specified or requested in the official price offer form. Otherwise, supplier can fill up the alternative price offer form. Items that are considered as alternative offers are the following. 1. Suppliers can submit price offers of other packaging formats of their products not included in the list. Example, if only box of 50s is included in the list, supplier can submit price for box of 100s, box of 500s, etc. 2. If you have alternative brands that are not included in the RFQ list. Example, if your company has paracetamol but your brand is not included in the list, you may submit offers for your brands. 3. And if you have other SKUs carried by your company that is not covered by the RFQ. Note that all alternative offers shall follow the existing pharmacy inclusion policy of each hospital. Now that you have completely filled up the official and/or alternative price offer form, you can now prepare your documents for submission. But before you submit your proposal, here are some RFQ price offer guidelines. 1. All prices should be in Philippine peso. Indicate both VAT exclusive and VAT inclusive prices, and prices indicated should be up to 4 decimal places. 2. All price offers and notations submitted in soft copy and hard copy must match. No changes in prices will be permitted. Errors must be crossed out, initialed, and corrections printed in ink by the authorized representative signing the proposal. 3. All prices quoted shall be fixed during the term of the contract and shall not be subject to any variation or price escalation on any account, unless identified by Mphhi MST for renegotiation if price offer is no longer competitive. 4. All price offers should be in absolute value and not in percentage discount of the trade price or PDS, list price or market price. As such, in case of increase in trade price within the contract period, the price offer shall not change and shall remain valid. 5. Do not add or delete rows and/or columns. Just input on the cells provided for input of suppliers, and there should be no alterations in the format of the file. If supplier submits an altered file, we shall return it back for correction. You may leave the cell blank in case you are not providing a price offer for that specific item. Blank cells are automatically read as 0. Stop! You've reached a roadblock. We have detected that you have not complied with our price ceiling conditions. To ensure that suppliers comply with our price ceiling conditions, kindly pay attention to the following instructions. RFQ price offers should not be higher than whichever is lower between the following conditions. 1. RFQ price offer should not be higher than the current purchase price of any of the Mphhi hospitals. 2. RFQ price offer should have at least the same % discount versus trade price as per previous contract in case the trade price has increased unless justified. For example, if your previous offer is 15% less than the previous trade price, your new price offer should at least be 15% less than the current trade price. 3. RFQ price offer should not be higher than Mercury Drug retail price, less 15% at the time of submission unless justified. 4. RFQ price offer should also be competitive enough to enable the hospital's outpatient pharmacy to implement its price match guarantee program with acceptable or positive margin. You have successfully conquered the roadblock. You may now proceed to the next step. Congratulations! You are now ready to proceed to your next destination. Gear up and let's drive our way to De Los Santos Medical Center to get your next instruction. Welcome to Manila, Spacer! You may now proceed to step 3 and start preparing your RFQ documents. Suppliers must submit the following: Envelope number 1, Commercial Proposal; Envelope number 2, Alternative Proposal; and Envelope number 3, Medicine Technical Requirements. Now let's discuss the requirements in detail. Let's start with envelope number 1. Commercial Proposal. Documents must be enclosed in long brown envelope and must be marked or labeled as follows. Commercial Proposal. Principal name, distributor, RFQ reference number, which is indicated in your RFQ document, and date of submission. Commercial proposal must contain the following documents. 1. One copy of your RFQ proposal cover letter printed in company letterhead and duly signed by the company's authorized representative. 2. One copy of the notarized letter of undertaking on acceptance of medicine sourcing RFQ procedures. 3. One copy of your supplier proposal printed in company letterhead, duly signed by the company's authorized representative. 4. One copy of your generic principal approval form applicable to all MPHHI Hospital Group member hospitals, with a notation that it will be automatically extended to any hospital that MPHHI may acquire, operate, or manage, whether as controlling shareholder, significant minority shareholder, or O&M contractor or consultant. 5. One copy of the notarized letter of assurance. The letter of assurance protects the hospital in case of supplier default or non-delivery due to, but not limited to, out-of-stock situation. In case of out-of-stock situation, suppliers must issue an OS letter to MPHHI before the expected OS situation happens. As stated in the notarized letter of assurance, failure to do so gives MPHHI the right to procure the medicine from other sources and recover the cost difference and other related costs incurred from the supplier. 6. One copy of the notarized letter of undertaking on senior citizen discount or SCD reimbursement in relation to the processing of claims submitted by MPHHI hospitals based on the actual discount given to senior citizen consumers. 7. One copy of the accomplished supplier top management datasheet. Kindly provide contact details of your key officers and ensure that you give us the correct contact number and email addresses. Under Contact Person for MPHHI Group, indicate here the contact details of your company's key account officer assigned for MPHHI Hospital Group. Compile in one USB flash drive under the folder Commercial Proposal the scanned and soft copy of the following documents. 1. Scanned copy of RFQ Proposal Cover Letter. 2. Notarized Letter of Undertaking of RFQ Procedures. 3. Scanned copy of Supplier Proposal in Company Letterhead. 4. Scanned copy of Generic Principal Approval Form. 5. Scanned copy of Notarized Letter of Assurance. 6. Notarized Letter of Undertaking on SCD reimbursement. 7. Soft copy in Excel format of the Supplier Top Management Datasheet. 8. Soft copy in Excel format of accomplished official price offer form. Now let's proceed to envelope number 2. Alternative Proposal. Documents must be enclosed in long brown envelope and must be marked or labeled as follows. Alternative Proposal. Principal name, distributor. RFQ reference number, which is indicated in your RFQ document, and date of submission. Alternative Proposal must contain the following documents. One copy of your supplier proposal printed in company letterhead, duly signed by the company's authorized representative. One copy of your generic principal approval form applicable to all MPHHI Hospital Group member hospitals, with a notation that it will be automatically extended to any hospital that MPHHI may acquire, operate, or manage, whether as controlling shareholder, significant minority shareholder, or O&M contractor or consultant. Compile in one USB flash drive under the folder Alternative Proposal the scanned and soft copy of the following documents. 1. Scanned copy of Supplier Proposal in Company Letterhead. 2. Scanned copy of Generic Principal Approval Form. 3. Soft copy in Excel format of accomplished alternative price offer form. Lastly, let's discuss envelope number 3. Technical requirements. All document requirements must be compiled in one clear book folder and clearly labeled as shown in the document guide. One folder must be submitted per product. Technical requirements or medicine eligibility requirements must contain the following documents on a per medicine product basis. 1. One copy of the Certificate of Product Registration. 2. One copy of the Certificate of Pharmaceutical Product. If this is not available, you may insert a letter stating the reason why the document cannot be submitted. 3. One copy of the evaluation report of drugs or formulary or product monograph. Suppliers must strictly use the product monograph format provided in the RFQ document package. 4. One copy of the current Certificate of Good Manufacturing Practice of the product manufacturer or CCGMP. For Makati Medical Center, Certificate of Good Manufacturing Practice of the product manufacturer or CCGMP from a developed country such as US, Europe, Singapore, Australia, and Canada, or from a PICS member country is an advantage. For local manufacturers, the manufacturing plant must be included in DOH list of drug manufacturers recognized for manufacturing excellence. 5. One copy of the Certificate of Patent Registration issued by IPO of the Philippines for new drug and/or generic drug application. If this is not available, you may insert a letter stating the reason why the document cannot be submitted. 6. One copy of at least 2 clinical trials for safety and efficacy for new drugs, preferably Phase 3 RCT, peer-reviewed and published. If this is not available, you may insert a letter stating the reason why the document cannot be submitted. 7. One copy of the bioavailability and/or bioequivalence report using Filipino subjects for generic equivalence in capsule or tablet forms. For bioequivalence study done outside of the Philippines, the BioE report must be validated by any of the BioE centers such as LaSalle, CEDRES, or UPPGH. Suppliers must submit dissolution study if oral solid dosage form of generic product is of BCS Class 1 and 3. If this is not available, you may insert a letter stating the reason why the document cannot be submitted. Compile in one USB flash drive under the folder Technical Documents the scanned and soft copy of all the required documents on a per medicine brand basis. After preparing your RFQ documents, you may now proceed to the next step. Step 4. Suppliers must submit 2 sets of commercial proposals, 2 sets of alternative proposal, and 1 set of technical document per medicine product to their distributors. Distributors must set an internal deadline with their principals for the submission of proposals. Distributors must consolidate the requirement of their principals in a clear book folder before submission to MPHHI. Insert copies of the documents of each principals in one sheet of the clear book folder. Arrange them in alphabetical order and label each sheet with the name of the principal. Provide separate clear book folders for commercial proposals and alternative proposals. Distributors will also tabulate the offers of their principals and consolidate it in Excel format. Save the consolidated price offer in one USB flash drive for submission. Distributors must ensure that all information are correct and placed in the proper column, or else we will return it back for correction. Congratulations, Spacer! You have reached your final destination. Just a couple of important reminders before you embark on your next journey. 1. Upon issuance of the Notice of Award, please ensure that prices are properly maintained in the respective distributor system within a period of 1 month from the receipt of the document and will not change during the course of the contract to avoid price mismatch. In case of price mismatch, principals must ensure that issues will be resolved within 48 hours because of the following reasons. 1. Price mismatch will result in low availability of medicines due to non-delivery. 2. The hospitals will not be able to meet the required sales target. 3. In case that the medicines are purchased at higher price, hospitals will have zero or negative profit because of our price match guarantee program. 2. In case of product transfer, the current supplier must inform MPHHI at least 1 month prior to the effectivity of the transfer, as well as provide the new supplier the approved MPHHI prices. The new supplier must ensure that MPHHI prices will be extended in their system prior to its effectivity. Thank you for being a part of our space. We hope to see you on your next journey.